Did you know that a 72-year-old woman passed away in her sleep last night? Her family was devastated. She seemed perfectly fine the day before. No major health issues, no signs of distress, just another ordinary evening. But when morning came, she never woke up. What happened? Could it have been prevented? The truth is, after the age of 70, certain bedtime habits can silently increase health risks, leading to heart attacks, strokes, and even sudden death during sleep. The worst part? Most seniors don't even realize they're making these mistakes. In this article, we'll uncover 6 dangerous nighttime habits that could be putting your health at risk. Some of them might surprise you. Others may be things you've done for years without a second thought. But by the end, you'll know exactly what to avoid and what to do instead to ensure safer, healthier sleep every night. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from and at what time of day. And if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss valuable content in the future. 1. Eating heavy meals. Too late at night. One of the most overlooked but dangerous bedtime habits after 70 is eating heavy meals too close to bedtime. It might seem harmless, maybe you've done it for decades without any issues, but as we age, our bodies don't process food the same way they used to. What you eat before bed, and more importantly, when you eat, can significantly impact your sleep quality, heart health, and even your risk of sudden nighttime complications. Think about it. When you were younger, you could probably eat a big, late-night dinner and still sleep soundly. But now, after 70, your metabolism slows down, your digestive system isn't as efficient, and your body takes longer to break down food. This can lead to acid reflux, disrupted sleep, and increased blood pressure, all of which are linked to a higher risk of heart attacks and strokes while sleeping. If you've ever woken up in the middle of the night with heartburn, discomfort, or a racing heart, there's a good chance your late-night eating habits are to blame. Here's what happens when you eat a large meal before bed. Instead of allowing your body to enter deep, restorative sleep, it shifts into digestion mode. Your stomach starts producing more acid, your intestines work overtime, and your heart rate stays elevated, when in reality, it should be slowing down. This creates a chain reaction inside your body, keeping you in a lighter, more restless sleep state, and significantly increasing your risk of nighttime cardiovascular events. Imagine eating a big, greasy burger or a heavy pasta dish right before turning in for the night. You might feel full and satisfied, but once you lie down, your body struggles to keep stomach acid where it belongs. It can creep up into your esophagus, causing discomfort, coughing, or even a choking sensation that jolts you awake. Over time, chronic acid reflux, GERD, can weaken the muscles in your throat and airway, increasing the risk of aspiration pneumonia, a dangerous lung infection that can be deadly for seniors. Even worse, eating too late at night can lead to spikes in blood sugar levels. If you have diabetes or are at risk, this habit can cause glucose imbalances, making it harder for your body to regulate blood sugar while you sleep. So, what should you do instead? Try finishing your last meal at least 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. This gives your body enough time to digest properly before you lie down. If you need a snack before bed, choose something light and easy to digest, like a handful of nuts, a small piece of fruit, or a cup of warm herbal tea. These options can promote better sleep without putting unnecessary strain on your digestive system. Remember, your body works differently now than it did decades ago. By making this simple adjustment, you can lower your risk of nighttime health issues, improve your sleep quality, and wake up feeling stronger and more refreshed every morning. 2. Drinking too much liquid before bed. Many people believe that staying well hydrated is always a good thing. And while that's true during the day, drinking too much liquid before bed can actually be harmful, especially after 70. If you frequently wake up multiple times during the night to use the bathroom, it might be time to reconsider how much liquid you're consuming in the evening. But interrupted sleep isn't the only concern. This habit can also increase your risk of falls, heart problems, and even cognitive decline over time. As we age, our bladder naturally becomes less efficient at holding urine for long periods. The muscles weaken, our kidneys continue filtering fluids at night, and our body becomes more sensitive to even small amounts of liquid in our system. This means that if you drink a large glass of water, tea, or juice before bed, you're much more likely to wake up in the middle of the night with an urgent need to go. And while this might seem like nothing more than a minor inconvenience, the consequences can be far more serious than you think. Imagine this. It's the middle of the night. You suddenly wake up with a full bladder. You try to get out of bed quickly, but your blood pressure hasn't had time to adjust. This can lead to a condition called postural hypotension, a sudden drop in blood pressure when you stand up. You feel dizzy, lightheaded, and disoriented. Many seniors experience this without realizing it, and unfortunately, it's one of the most common causes of dangerous nighttime falls. A simple trip to the bathroom can turn into a life-threatening accident, resulting in fractures, head injuries, or worse. In fact, falls are one of the leading causes of injury-related deaths among seniors in the U.S., and nighttime bathroom trips play a significant role in these statistics. Beyond falls, frequent nighttime urination, also known as nocturia, seriously disrupts your sleep cycle. Each time you wake up and turn on the light, your brain gets tricked into thinking it's morning. This disrupts the natural production of melatonin, the hormone responsible for deep, restorative sleep. Over time, poor sleep quality can weaken your immune system, raise blood pressure, and even accelerate cognitive decline. Studies have shown that seniors who frequently wake up at night have a higher risk of developing dementia and other memory-related conditions due to long-term sleep disruption. So what's the best solution? Instead of cutting out liquids entirely, adjust your intake schedule. Drink the majority of your fluids earlier in the day and taper off by late afternoon. If you feel thirsty in the evening, take small sips rather than drinking a full glass all at once. And here's another important tip. Be mindful of hidden sources of liquid. Soups, fruits with high water content, and even some medications can increase fluid retention, making nighttime urination worse. Also, avoid caffeinated beverages like coffee or tea in the late afternoon. Caffeine acts as a diuretic, increasing urine production and making the problem even worse. By making small but intentional adjustments, you can dramatically improve your sleep quality, reduce your risk of nighttime falls, and support your overall health in the long run. 3. Sleeping in a room that's too warm. A warm and cozy bedroom might sound comforting, but if you're over 70, keeping your room too warm at night could be silently putting your health at risk. Many seniors make the mistake of turning up the thermostat or bundling up in heavy blankets, thinking it will help them sleep better. But the truth is, sleeping in a warm environment can increase the risk of heart problems, dehydration, and poor sleep quality, without you even realizing it. As we age, our body's ability to regulate temperature declines. The natural ability to sweat and release heat weakens, making it easier for your core temperature to rise too high, especially during sleep. When this happens, your heart has to work harder to cool you down, which can put unnecessary strain on your cardiovascular system. This is especially dangerous if you have heart disease, high blood pressure, or circulation issues. Think about it. Have you ever woken up feeling sweaty, restless, or even slightly out of breath in the middle of the night? That's your body struggling to regulate heat. Studies show that sleeping in a warm room can increase the risk of dehydration, even if you don't feel thirsty. Mild dehydration at night causes blood to become thicker, which increases the risk of blood clots, heart attacks, and strokes, especially in older adults. Let's take the example of Frank, a 74-year-old retiree who enjoys reading in bed before going to sleep. He keeps his bedroom at a comfortable 75 degrees and piles on thick blankets to stay warm. But night after night, he finds himself tossing and turning, waking up drenched in sweat and feeling groggy the next morning. What Frank doesn't realize is that his warm sleeping environment is disrupting his body's natural sleep cycle, preventing him from reaching the deep, restorative stages of sleep that are crucial for optimal health. A cooler room promotes better sleep by allowing your body's core temperature to naturally drop, which is essential for deep sleep, memory consolidation, immune function, and overall longevity. Seniors who consistently sleep in a cooler environment wake up feeling more refreshed, energized, and mentally sharp. So, what's the ideal bedroom temperature? Experts recommend keeping your room between 60 and 67 degrees Celsius for optimal sleep quality. If that feels too cold, layer with breathable cotton blankets instead of heavy synthetic ones, which trap heat. Wearing light, moisture-wicking sleepwear can also help regulate body temperature throughout the night. Another simple trick? Open a window for fresh air or use a small fan to keep air circulating. Not only does this help with cooling, but it also improves air quality, reducing the risk of respiratory issues that can disturb sleep. By making this one small adjustment to your sleep environment, you can reduce cardiovascular strain, promote deeper sleep, and wake up feeling well-rested without the dangers of overheating. 4. Sleeping in the wrong position. Most people don't think twice about how they sleep. After all, as long as you're comfortable, what's the harm? But after 70, your sleeping position can have a much bigger impact on your health than you realize. The wrong position can lead to breathing problems, poor circulation, and even an increased risk of heart failure or stroke. And yet, many seniors unknowingly sleep in a way that puts unnecessary strain on their bodies every single night. As we age, muscle tone, lung function, and circulation naturally decline. Lying in the wrong position for hours at a time can restrict airflow, reduce oxygen levels, and put pressure on key blood vessels, making it harder for your body to function properly while you sleep. Over time, this can lead to everything from snoring and sleep apnea to more serious conditions like nighttime heart strain. For example, sleeping flat on your back might seem like the most comfortable choice, but for many seniors, it's actually one of the riskiest positions. When you lie on your back, gravity causes your tongue and soft tissues in your throat to relax and fall backward, partially blocking your airway. This can lead to obstructive sleep apnea, a condition where breathing repeatedly stops and starts during sleep. Many people don't even realize they have sleep apnea, but it significantly increases the risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and even sudden cardiac arrest. Just imagine someone like Robert, a 76-year-old man who always slept on his back. His wife noticed that he would sometimes stop breathing for a few seconds at night before gasping for air. At first, he brushed it off as nothing, but over time, he started waking up exhausted, with headaches and trouble concentrating during the day. When he finally spoke to his doctor, he learned that his sleeping position was contributing to undiagnosed sleep apnea, putting a strain on his heart every single night. Even if you don't have sleep apnea, sleeping in the wrong position can affect circulation. For example, sleeping on your right side puts extra pressure on the heart, making it harder for blood to circulate efficiently. This is particularly concerning for seniors with heart conditions, as it can contribute to fluid buildup in the lungs and legs, leading to congestive heart failure over time. So, what's the best sleeping position after 70? Experts recommend sleeping on your left side whenever possible. This position improves circulation, allows the heart to pump more efficiently, and even aids digestion. For people prone to acid reflux or heartburn, sleeping on the left side can prevent stomach acid from creeping up into the throat, reducing discomfort and improving sleep quality. If you struggle to stay on your side during sleep, try using a body pillow to keep yourself from rolling onto your back. Elevating your head slightly with a supportive pillow can also help keep airways open and reduce the risk of breathing disruptions. And if you experience joint pain or stiffness, placing a pillow between your knees can help maintain spinal alignment and reduce pressure on your lower back. Making this simple adjustment to your sleeping position can have a profound impact on your overall health. By ensuring that your body is in an optimal position for circulation, breathing, and heart function, you can reduce the risk of nighttime health complications and wake up feeling more refreshed and energized. 5. Watching TV or using screens right before bed. Many people enjoy unwinding at night by watching TV, scrolling through their phones, or reading on a tablet. It feels like a harmless habit, maybe even a relaxing one. But if you're over 70, using screens right before bed could be silently sabotaging your sleep and putting your health at risk. The reason? Blue light exposure. Electronic devices, TVs, smartphones, tablets, and even some LED lights emit blue light, which tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime. Normally, as bedtime approaches, your body naturally produces melatonin, the hormone responsible for making you feel sleepy. But exposure to blue light blocks melatonin production, keeping your brain alert when it should be winding down. Have you ever watched TV late into the night, then found yourself lying in bed, unable to fall asleep, even though you were exhausted? That's blue light at work. Studies show that seniors who regularly use screens before bed take longer to fall asleep, wake up more frequently during the night, and get lower quality rest overall. But the effects don't stop there. Over time, poor sleep quality can weaken your immune system, increase blood pressure, and even accelerate cognitive decline. In fact, researchers have linked chronic sleep disruption to a higher risk of developing dementia and Alzheimer's disease. And it's not just the light. It's also the content you consume before bed. Whether it's an intense TV show, an upsetting news story, or an engaging social media post, your brain stays active long after you've turned off the screen. Instead of relaxing, it's processing information, stimulating emotions, and keeping you awake. Take Margaret, a 73-year-old retiree who loved watching late-night crime shows. She thought it helped her unwind, but night after night, she found herself struggling to fall asleep, waking up multiple times and feeling exhausted in the morning. What Margaret didn't realize was that her screen time was interfering with her brain's natural sleep cycle. When she finally switched to reading a book before bed instead, she fell asleep faster, stayed asleep longer, and felt more refreshed each morning. So, what's the best way to break this habit? Reduce screen exposure at least an hour before bed. Instead of watching TV or using your phone, try reading a physical book or magazine. Avoid ebooks with backlit screens. Listening to soft music or a calming podcast. Practicing deep breathing or meditation to help your body relax. If you must as a device, consider using blue light filters or switching to night mode, which reduces blue light emission. Even better, Keep screens out of the bedroom entirely to create an environment dedicated to rest. By making this simple change, you can improve your sleep quality, support brain health, and wake up feeling more rested and alert without the harmful effects of late-night screen time. 6. Going to bed at inconsistent times. Many people assume that as long as they get enough sleep, the exact time they go to bed doesn't matter. But after 70, an irregular sleep schedule can silently take a serious toll on your health, disrupting your body's natural rhythms, weakening your immune system, and even increasing your risk of heart disease and cognitive decline. Our bodies run on an internal clock, known as the circadian rhythm, which controls sleep, digestion, and hormone production. This clock thrives on consistency, meaning that going to bed and waking up at the same time every day helps regulate bodily functions and keeps you feeling rested and alert. But when you go to bed at different times, sometimes at 9 p.m., other times at midnight, your circadian rhythm becomes misaligned, making it harder to fall asleep. Stay asleep and wake up feeling refreshed. Have you ever stayed up late one night, then found yourself wide awake the next night at the same time, even though you felt tired? That's your body struggling to reset its internal clock. Over time, inconsistent sleep patterns can lead to chronic fatigue, irritability, and an increased risk of serious health problems. Research has shown that seniors who go to bed at irregular hours have a higher risk of cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, and metabolic disorders. One study even found that older adults with erratic sleep schedules were more likely to experience cognitive decline and memory loss, increasing their chances of developing dementia or Alzheimer's disease. Let's consider Henry, a 75-year-old who had an unpredictable bedtime routine. Some nights he'd fall asleep at 10 p.m., other nights he'd stay up watching TV until well past midnight. He often woke up groggy, struggled with daytime drowsiness, and found himself forgetting small details. When his doctor recommended setting a consistent bedtime and wake-up time, Henry was skeptical. But after just a few weeks of sticking to a structured sleep schedule, he noticed a huge improvement in his energy, mood, and mental clarity. So, what can you do to maintain a healthy sleep schedule? Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Avoid long naps during the day, especially in the late afternoon. If you need a nap, keep it under 30 minutes. Create a relaxing bedtime routine, whether it's reading, stretching, or listening to calming music, to signal to your body that it's time to wind down. By making this small but powerful change, you can improve your sleep quality, support brain function, and lower your risk of serious health issues, ensuring that you wake up feeling stronger, sharper, and ready for the day ahead. We've covered 6 seemingly harmless bedtime habits that can silently put your health at risk after 70. From eating too late to drinking too much liquid before bed, from keeping your room too warm to sleeping in the wrong position, and from excessive screen time to an inconsistent sleep schedule. Each of these habits can disrupt your sleep, strain your heart, and increase your risk of serious health issues like strokes, heart disease, and cognitive decline. The good news, these risks aren't set in stone. By making small, intentional adjustments, you can improve your sleep, support your overall health, and wake up feeling more energized every morning. Now, take a moment to reflect. Do you recognize any of these habits in your own routine? Start by changing just one thing tonight, whether it's adjusting your meal time, lowering your thermostat, or sticking to a consistent bedtime. Even one small step can make a big difference in your long-term well-being.